actually happened. A new Dynasty Warriors was announced. The new Dynasty Warriors that was announced was Dynasty Warriors Origin. Now look, I wasn't available to make a reaction or video right away, but in this video right here, I'm going to break down some of my real, raw, and uncut thoughts and some of my excitement about the next iteration of Dynasty Warriors. Let's go ahead and dive right into the trailer footage that was revealed, and I'm going to be going over some of my raw thoughts and potentially concerns and questions that I have about Dynasty Warriors Origin. So let's go ahead and start off with some basic information here. Koei Tecmo announced Dynasty Warriors Origin for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. Steam. It will launch in 2025. Now, an overview of the game by Koei is as follows. Fueled by electrifying 1 versus 1000 action, Dynasty Warrior Origin intensifies the battlefield thanks to massive armies populating the screen from end to end, raging for a fight. Throughout the game, players will need to act fast as the unprecedented size of scale of enemy armies will overwhelm the battlefield. Coordination with allied armies is key as players deploy battle tactics in real time while slicing through waves of soldiers in the most tension-filled fights in Dynasty Warriors history. Now this one is big right here because it says, in addition, for the first time in the Dynasty Warriors title, the storyline will be told through the eyes of a nameless hero. Play through the historical tale of War of Chaos erupts throughout the Three Kingdoms, showcasing the vast lands of China and its most ruthless generals like never before. Now let's go ahead and jump into some of the questions that I have here. Now, with this nameless hero, will this be an original character that we can create and progress through the story with? This would be a pretty unique approach in my opinion, because Dynasty Warriors has dabbled in character creation before, but in recent years it's been pretty generic and it's been pretty safe. So to build a storyline kind of like the way that Monster Hunter World and Street Fighter 6 even did, that immerses your main original character into the storyline and you get to see your character go through the different kingdoms and generations, that is a dope concept to me. Now let's go ahead and touch on the gameplay. This looks like Koei is finally learning from some of their other samurai-esque games like the Neos and all those other type of games, because the combat here is actually looking a little bit deep. It's not looking as floaty as some of the other titles were. Now, it's not exactly that old school Dynasty Warriors 2 through 5, weight, but this still looks pretty good. It actually looks like a modern Dynasty Warriors title here. And I'm pretty excited from a visual standpoint of view. Now, a couple other things I noticed in the trailer. I did see generals like Guan Yu and maybe even Cao Cao at one point as well. And it definitely seems to lean into the fact that you will be not controlling the main characters that we usually control in the Dynasty Warriors series. And they're really leaning into this nameless hero slash potentially created character that you may go through the story with. And this leads me to another buttload of questions. Will any of these original generals be playable in this iteration of Dynasty Warriors? Now, it seems as though this character here uses a plethora of different weapons and fighting style. It looks like they're really going to go with this single player experience. Speaking of single player experience, Dynasty Warriors has always been a multiplayer co-op, couch co-op type of game. Are we finally changing that with Dynasty Warriors Origin, and is this a smart move? It seems like this is definitely a reboot of the Dynasty Warriors series in a way. We just don't know the gravity or the stipulations that is coming with this Dynasty Warriors Origin title. Does this also eliminate the roadmap to Dynasty Warriors 10, or is this simply just a stop in the road, an experiment to gauge and see how much interest there still is for Dynasty Warriors as a franchise itself? I still have so many more questions, like which kingdom will we exactly see the perspective from? Will we be able to just choose the kingdom and see it through that kingdom? Will there be a different scenario for each kingdom? And are they going to deviate away from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms storyline a little bit more? Now, I know they've dabbled with that with the what ifs in certain Dynasty Warriors, but are we really leaning into that now? Are we leaning into more of an original story with Dynasty Warriors Origin? Now, you guys know Dynasty Warriors 9 was a huge disappointment to me. I hated that game. Koei Tecmo, don't take this personal. Dynasty Warriors 9 was a terrible game. And I say this as a huge Dynasty Warriors fan for years and years and years now. That game was trash. But I like what I'm seeing with Dynasty Warriors Origin. I do wish the combat looked a little bit heavier, but since they're leaning more into that Neo style and samurai game style that they've been making recently, I'm willing to give it a pass, because if they decide to focus on quality more than just quantity, I can see Dynasty Warriors Origin being a somewhat successful reboot and a successful change for the franchise. Like I said, this could either be one of the best moves they made for Dynasty Warriors, or this could be another step in the wrong direction. A lot of people are simple. A lot of people want more of what Dynasties 3 through 5 offered us, especially when it comes to nostalgia. This doesn't exactly seem to give us that. It's once again trying something new with the Dynasty Warriors series, and I'm not really opposed to that, even though I've been kind of scarred on this franchise that I love so very much with these last couple of releases. But I'm willing to give Koei Tecmo another try. And for those of you, I know this may not be Dynasty Warriors 10 and this may not be exactly what you wanted, but hey, we gotta at least let it simmer. We gotta let it cook a little bit more. We gotta see what this offering is that they're trying to give us, and I'm down for something that can break up the mode in the Dynasty Warriors series a bit. But with all this being said, I better still see Dynasty Warriors 10, because at the end of the day, Koei Tecmo, while this trailer may be decent for some, people want to play with the characters that they have grown up playing. People want to play with those household names like the Zhao Yuns, the Ma Chaos, the Lu Bus. Taking this reboot approach will not take away people's desire to actually play a legitimate Dynasty Warriors 10. So I do hope that they recognize that, and I do hope that this is not a replacement for Dynasty Warriors 10. I mean, there's not too much else I can dissect about this trailer, because there's some trailer footage mixed in with gameplay footage. We honestly just need to wait for so much more. So this is my real raw thoughts on this game in its current state right now, guys. You let me know, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? My Dynasty Warriors fans, stand up. Are you hyped? Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Let me know down in the comment section below. Keep it real and keep it legit. We're not just fanboying over here. I need to hear my real Dynasty Warriors fans speak up and let me know what's on your mind right now. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, support the channel for more Dynasty Warriors content. We will be watching Dynasty Warriors Origin very closely. Thank y'all, man. God bless and peace out.